Hi guys, this is Vishal for Gizbot and we are here at YouTube Fanfest Bangalore, and with us we have Mr. Satya Raghavan, the entertainment head of YouTube in India. Hello, Mr.
Hi. I'm good, yeah. So even before we start, I thought I'll take the opportunity to actually tell the viewers of Gizbot that in case you see this video before about 3 or 4 o'clock tomorrow, drop everything that you're doing on Saturday evening and come here to the White Orchid Convention Hall for Fanfest Bengaluru, and we will have some special tickets only for viewers of Gizbot. All they have to do is come to the counter and ask for tickets, and we'll be able to give it to them.
That's great.
Yeah.
So my first question would be, why Bangalore?
Okay, so great question actually. So it's actually in its 5th year now, FanFest in India. For the last 4 years, we've been actually only doing it in the city of Mumbai. So 6 months ago, when we started planning for FanFest, we actually reached out to consumers through our social handles saying, where would you like to see FanFest, right? So the top 5 cities that came out in that were actually Bengaluru, Chennai, Hyderabad, Delhi and Mumbai. So we said, why not? In the 5th year, let's do 5 FanFests, right? And then when we actually reached out to consumers in Bengaluru saying, who are the kind of people that you'd like to see up on stage during FanFest, or who are the creators that you would like to meet during the meet and greets, everybody that you see up on stage today, and you can only do that if you come here and actually take the passes that I've kept for you specially. They actually took out the names of all of these creators that you're going to see up here on stage. So FanFest in Bengaluru is really about getting Bengaluru's favorite YouTube creators to come up here on stage, perform, get some of the creators to even do meet and greets. So you'll see a line of people sometime tomorrow evening here who want to interact with their favorite YouTube creator, take a selfie with them, or maybe an autograph even. And we have seen that this is really at the core of what YouTube FanFest is all about, right? Which is, how do we get our creators to interact with our fans? And it gives me great pleasure to come to a city like Bengaluru and do FanFest here.
Can you talk more about the growth of YouTube in India?
Yeah, absolutely. So YouTube today in India has over 225 million people who are coming to YouTube on a monthly basis. Just to put that number into perspective, today in India there are 400 million people who are coming to the internet, of which 330 million come through a smartphone. All of us use smartphones now. So within 330 million, 225 million people actually come to YouTube on a monthly basis just through the mobile, right? And we've various estimations will tell you that by 2020 that 400 million number will perhaps be closer to 650 or maybe even beyond that in terms of consumers. So right now it's a fantastic time to be a YouTube creator. It's a great opportunity for advertisers to connect with consumers on YouTube, and obviously consumers who are coming in millions on a daily and monthly basis to consume all of that great content.
So YouTube is also encouraging regional content, okay? So do you think any regional channel that could do as well as AIB or SNG is doing currently?
Absolutely. And in fact, even as we speak, there are channels who create content either in languages like Tamil or Kannada or Malayalam or Bengali or Punjabi, who are actually crossing amazing milestones like 1 million subscribers, 500,000 subscribers, 100,000 subscribers, right? So we are seeing that local audiences actually want to consume content in their local languages. But obviously on YouTube, the kind of content that is out there is actually very different from what you would find, perhaps elsewhere, right? So YouTube has what we call, YouTube first content creators across verticals like comedy, food, music, beauty, technology, kids, web series, short films and all of that. And you'll see that when they create content in all of these verticals in their local languages, it's also very important to understand that the kind of content that gets created actually ends up adding value back to the life of the consumer. So that is the kind of content consumption that is happening in the country right now.
So you see a lot of media houses, they have their own YouTube channels now. So do you think that dissolves the whole concept of YouTube, like showing creativity through your videos, but media houses, as you know, they are ace at video production?
Right.
So
no, not at all, right? So for us, YouTube is a place where anyone, whether they are a single man comedy shop or a group of dance creators, or a traditional media player like a movie studio or a TV channel. It's a place for all kinds of creators to come and actually create content on YouTube, right? Let me take the example of how movie studios use YouTube as a platform. So obviously you find a lot of full-length movies on YouTube, but movies that are about to release, let's say 2 months out, 3 months out, you'll see those movie studios actually put out more than 30 to 100 videos, which are actually all about the movie. So if you actually put all the videos together and count their collective length, it'll probably be higher than the playing time of the movie itself. But what these studios realize is that the engagement they generate on YouTube actually directly correlates to the ultimate box office results that they get, right? And it's not just about trailers and songs. You'll see these studios also actually create collaboration videos with YouTube creators. You'll see them do interesting forms of content like behind the scenes, making of. There are also interesting verticals done by interesting content done by creators who are doing things like movie reviews. They're doing things like trailer reactions, right? So for us, the entire ecosystem actually comes together on YouTube. So it doesn't matter if you're a media house or a one-man army. Ultimately, anyone can find their audience on YouTube, and that is really the promise that we live up to.
So is YouTube planning anything specific for India, like for the content providers in India?
Absolutely. Actually, what we are seeing the creator ecosystem do in India actually takes us by surprise really every day, right? So it was sometime last year that we suddenly came across this format called trailer reactions, which really then started spreading like wildfire, and then you're now seeing people do it in many other languages. We also saw a very interesting vertical emerge called village food. Right? Normally food is all about probably someone creating a recipe in their kitchen or probably doing it in a small studio or something like that. But suddenly we saw people in villages either filming their parents or their grandparents and sometimes even their great-grandparents actually cook a very authentic village recipe, right? And as I told you, right, on YouTube is all about adding value to the life of the consumer, and people suddenly felt some nostalgic connection with that kind of content, and that content got consumed not just in the villages but also in cities, towns, metros, and even across the world, right? So we are constantly amazed by the creativity and the ingenuity of the Indian creator ecosystem. So we're really excited to work with all kinds of creators.
So any message for young content providers?
So as I said, my first message, I'll repeat that again. If you are a young content creator and you would love to meet some of your favorite YouTube creators, come here at the White Orchid Convention Center tomorrow. Other than that, remember that one of the keys to succeeding at content creation on YouTube is actually consistency, right? It's not about making one video and then expecting viewership to follow, but it's about doing that again and again. It's about learning in the process, right? It's about collaborating with other YouTube creators. It's about learning how to make better content. And ultimately we see that people who focus on all of these fundamentals do really well, and good things then start to happen to them.
So thanks a lot.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Nice to meet you.